Fire in the hole, let's cook some Italian food. Stay tuned. Alright, we're going to make some bucatini alla amatrese, which is, bucatini is the kind of pasta, and amatrese is the place, what made it famous. And Amatrese was recently in the news because it got devastated by an earthquake. And you know, it's kind of bad, these earthquakes in Italy. This is some garlic we're going to throw in the pot, about 5 cloves of garlic. Anyway, I'm going to leave a link in the description if you would like to help the people of Amatrese recover from the earthquakes and national disaster. The village was leveled by it, and their claim to fame is this pasta dish. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave a link in the description so you can maybe send them some money. I don't know. Don't bother to pray, that don't do nothing. But if you want to send some money to Amatrese, I'll leave you a link in the description. Oh, we need some sayings in there. Some of the good old saying stir-fry oil, because of the beautiful garlic flavor of saying stir-fry oil. We just want to get some of that, get the bottom of that pot covered with saying stir-fry oil. You could use olive oil, I suppose. I like sayings because of the beautiful flavor of garlic, and plus they're my sponsor. So that's all there is to it. That's my sponsor, so we're going to use their oil. Okay, so we got some garlic and sayings in there. I've got some basil and oregano that I grew in my little herb garden. I'm going to cut that up and get that in there. Some basil and oregano. You get that all cut up. Cut up the basil. We'll take the oregano and just kind of take it off the stem like that. Take the leaves off the stem. Don't put the stems in, just the leaves. Oregano, fresh oregano, fresh basil. Can't beat it. Fresh herbs. And anyway, let me show you what we got going here. This is some smoked pork belly that I smoked the other night to make for this dish. And the original dish, I think, calls for hog jowls, but I didn't have any hog jowls, so I'm going to use this pork belly. I'm going to cut it up like that. Smoked pork belly. That's good stuff. It's basically the dish uses pork. And like I said, they use hog jowls. I'm using this pork belly that I smoked up. I'm going to put that in there, get this cut up and put in there. Probably should have cut it up ahead of time, but I didn't. And I got to cut up my herbs. So let me get the pork belly and the herbs in there, and then I'll bring you right back. You don't need to watch me cut up stuff. So stay tuned. Okay, so in my pot I've got the garlic, the herbs, the pork belly. That's all cooking up in that sang stir-fry oil. And to that we're going to add some tomato paste, can of tomato paste. It would be so nice if it came out of the tomato can in one piece, but it didn't. Almost. Not quite. Can of tomato paste, that'll help thicken it. And then we've got some De Fratelli crushed tomatoes. We're going to throw in there. Oh man, that smells good already. We're going to put 2 28-ounce cans of De Fratelli crushed tomatoes in there. We get that stirred up. Yes, sir. This is going to be my pasta sauce for my bucatini. And I'll show you what bucatini is in a minute. We just want to get this going, get it hot. We're going to move it off the hot fire onto a simmer. This is going to simmer for about a couple of hours anyway. And you got that pork in there, and you got those herbs, and you've got the 2 cans of tomatoes and tomato paste in there. Now we need to season it a little bit. It's kind of thick also, and we don't really want that to be thick at this point. So I'll show you. We're going to thin it down a bit. First we're going to season it with some of the amazing Tango Joe's Rome is Burning. This is the perfect spice for this dish because the dish calls for crushed red pepper, and this has got all that in there. Tango Joe's Rome is Burning. I got to move that pot before I get burnt. Stay tuned. Okay, I moved my pot off the hot fire because I don't want this to boil. I just want it to simmer for quite a long time. It's got that pork belly in there. It's going to get softened up, and that Tango Joe's. And now we're going to add a little bit of wine to that to kind of smooth it out. I've got some Robert Mondavi Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm going to put about, I think you want about a cup of wine in there, about that much. That'll help smooth it out and give it a beautiful flavor. We're going to stir that. Oh man, boy, if you could smell that. Now that's a good pasta sauce right there. I mean, it's not cooked yet. It's still got to cook. But look at the beautiful colors of that. And that pork belly in there is going to get softened up and cooked down. And it's just going to be awesome. So let me let that cook a minute. I'm going to let that simmer for about an hour, I think, or maybe more. And while it's simmering, you know, we could probably have a beer. But in the meantime, let's get our pasta sauce cooking. Let me show you what I got going with this pasta, so stay tuned. Okay, so my pot is on the fire, and I wanted to show you the pasta. This is bucatini. And it's not like anything I've ever seen. I don't know if you could see that, but it looks like spaghetti, right? But actually, it's a tube. It's like a straw. I know you can't see that. I'll hold it up close as I can, but I know you can't see it. It's actually a straw shaped like a spaghetti noodle. And we're going to cook that up. And that's the bucatini part of the bucatini alla Amatresa. It was named after the town in Italy called Amatrice. And that's where they make this stuff. And that's what they're famous for until the earthquake knocked the town down. Anyway, let's I got to cook the pasta. And then I got to come back. This has got to simmer for at least an hour. And 2 hours would be better. The longer you simmer it, the better it's going to be, obviously. So we're going to let it simmer for at least an hour. Then I'll cook up my pasta. And we'll put some of that good sauce on the pasta. And we'll drink a beer. How's that sound? Stay tuned. My spaghetti sauce, or my pasta sauce for my bucatini alla Amatresa is getting well cooked. And I want to get this beer. I could have got an Italian beer, but I decided to get a Florida beer. This is Too Hopped to Handle. That's from Lakeland, Florida. So let's pour that out in the rain. It's raining here. Probably going to have to move this shindig indoors in a little while. Anyway, Too Hopped to Handle is a India Pale Ale from Florida, Lakeland, Florida. It's got a lot of head roll. I know you like that, buddy, but I don't. So anyway, yeah, my sauce is coming along beautifully. It's got to cook a little while longer. I got to get it out of the rain. It's raining here. Let me quaff the froth off of that. Let me take a sniff of that. Smells pretty good for a locally produced beer. Not locally, but Lakeland, Florida. That's upstate. But it's from Florida. It's got a nice golden color. It's got the aroma of hops and barley. So let's quaff the froth off of that roll. Not bad. Not the best I've ever had. Kind of sorry about it now. I should have got something from Italy, you know, some Italian beer. Anyway, that's our beer, Too Hopped to Handle, India Pale Ale with a High Heel Brewing Company. Okay, I got to move my grill up under the cover because it's raining, so stay tuned. Okay, I got some of that bucatini on the plate, and I'm going to dip out some of that sauce. Try to get a bit with that pork belly in it, like that. Looking pretty good, boy, let me tell you. Maybe a little more of that. And I'm going to put some cheese on that. Got some cheese right here. It ain't spaghetti sauce without cheese as far as I'm concerned. Got some nice cheese. Kind of an Italian blend of cheeses. We're going to garnish it with some basil. Let's see, let's zoom in on that. Ain't that pretty? Yes, it is. That's very beautiful. Very beautiful. Let's get a spoonful of that. Let me spread that out a little bit. How's that look? It's pretty good, huh? Let me get a spoonful of that pasta. I'm anxious to see how this pasta is because I've never had this before. Bucatini. And I've got it cooked, you know, the way I like it, al dente. I almost said Alfredo. What the hell's Alfredo got to do with this? Let me get some of that on my fork if I can. You think I would have lost my powers here? All right, yes, I got some on my fork. Let's get it in my mouth. Oh, that's excellent. Very good. The pork belly in there. Flavor that up nicely. There's a piece of pork belly for me. Yeah, nice and tender. Okay, that's it. Bucatini alla amatresa. You like this crap? Please subscribe. Go over, if you don't like this crap, go see my buddy Tango Joe. Not many people know this. Tango Joe has a YouTube channel of his very own. He's cooking up some amazing stuff. He made that braided pork belly that I made the other week. He's cooking up poppers. He's cooking up all kinds of crap. So go see Tango Joe. Subscribe to me. Come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. And this bucatini al amatresa is the bomb right here, let me tell you. You could put chicken in there if you didn't want pork. Sandra, you know I'm talking to you. And yeah, it's really good. I like this bucatini pasta is amazing. Excellent. Excellent sauce, excellent pasta. Come back next week. We might cook something cool, you never know. Bye.